Hello and welcome back to our channel, where we explore King Arthur's legend in this three-part video series. In part 1 of this series, we explore the origins of the legend of King Arthur and the early sources that mention him. In this second installment, we'll examine how the legend of King Arthur continued to evolve over the centuries as new characters and stories were added to the mix. One of the most significant additions to the Arthurian legend was the concept of the Knights of the Round Table. This idea first appears in the French romance Perceval, written in the late 12th century by the poet Chrétien Troyes. In this story, Arthur gathers his bravest and most noble knights around a circular table so that no one sits at the head and all are equal. This idea of a group of knights united in their dedication to honor and chivalry became a central part of the Arthurian legend and was incorporated into many later stories and adaptations. Another major addition to the legend was the character of Lancelot, the knight who becomes Arthur's most trusted friend and greatest betrayer. Lancelot first appears in the French romance Lancelot, written by Chrétien Troyes in the 12th century. In this story, Lancelot falls in love with Arthur's queen, Guinevere, and their affair ultimately leads to the downfall of the Round Table. The story of Lancelot and Guinevere became one of the most popular and enduring parts of the Arthurian legend, inspiring countless adaptations and retellings over the centuries. Other important additions to the legend include the character of the Lady of the Lake, who gives Arthur his sword Excalibur, and the quest for the Holy Grail, a mystical cup that is said to grant eternal life to those who drink from it. The quest for the Holy Grail first appears in the French romance Perceval, written by Chrétien Troyes in the late 12th century. In this story, Perceval sets out on a quest to find the Grail and save a wounded king. The idea of the Grail as a symbol of spiritual purity and redemption became a central part of the Arthurian legend and was incorporated into many later stories and adaptations. As the legend of King Arthur continued to evolve over the centuries, it took on new meanings and significance for each generation. During the medieval period, the legend served as a source of inspiration and entertainment, celebrating the ideals of chivalry and heroism. In later centuries, the legend became a symbol of national identity and unity, as writers and artists used it to celebrate the glories of Britain's past. Today, the legend of King Arthur continues to captivate our imaginations and inspire us to new heights of creativity and adventure. In the final part of this series, we'll explore some of the most famous and enduring adaptations of the legend, from Tennyson's Idylls of the King to Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.